I am 40 years old and I have been adulting for over 20 years, but I will tell you, they didn't prepare me at all for this. School didn't teach me shit. So these are the 50 things that I wish I would have learned in school so that I would actually know how to live a good life. Number one, mistakes are lessons. They are your greatest teachers. Failure is actually just feedback. Failure is not something to feel shame about. It's not something to regret. It's not something to feel guilty about. In fact, failure is the best way to learn. Mistakes are your greatest teachers. I have made so many mistakes in my life. I had a terrible divorce, but I will tell you what, I have become a much better partner, a much better lover, a much better person because I fucked that one up so bad. Number two, other people are always going to have opinions about what you do, and they do not matter. Nobody's opinions matter. The only person's opinion that really matters is your own. Cut out the noise, stop worrying about what other people think. And look, if you're going to be in the creative space, if you're going to be posting things on social media, thicken up that skin because whatever people say doesn't matter. In fact, when they're making negative comments about you, good, because that shows that you're doing something right. You're showing them a mirror, and people don't like to look in mirrors. Number three, corporations don't give a shit about you. Don't sell your soul for a paycheck. Do your best to create your own business. Do your best to create, to build, to collaborate with other people, to experience partnership with humans, because corporations are designed to suck energy from humans. Number four, your parents' unresolved shit, yeah, it's yours now. But you can break the cycle. In fact, you came here to break the cycle. Whatever happened to you as a child, it's not your fault. Your parents were just simply passing down garbage that they got handed down. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You carry all versions within you. Every single version of you, especially the youngest versions of yourself. Your infant self, your 3-year-old self, your 5-year-old self, your 10-year-old self, your awkward teenage self, your rebellious 16-year-old self. All of these exist within you, and they still need your parenting. Because if you let them take over, and sometimes they will run the show, and nobody wants to be on a boat that's being captained by a pissy 6-year-old. Every single version of you exists simultaneously within you. Learn how to parent yourself. Just the other day, I had to hold myself and cry and tell myself it was going to be okay. Feeling it right now. Because that little scared boy still exists inside of me. But I get to be the father and the mother that holds him close and says, it's going to be all right, and we're going to go anyway. Energy is real. In my day, when I was watching Star Wars, it was called the Force. Chi, spirit, ki, mana, whatever it is, it's real. Learn how to work with it. Learn how to manage it. Learn how to allow it to flow. Learn how to direct it. Learn how to direct that energy. You direct it with your mind, with your attention, with your awareness. But it is very much real. And not learning how to use it, you're just going to be at a disadvantage for the rest of your life. Dreams are messengers. Dreams are powerful messengers. In fact, the dream space has many purposes. One is to help you to process the shit that you experienced in the day, to kind of clear the short-term memory. The second is to help communicate messages to you because your unconscious mind is dealing with all the shit that you're not dealing with, and it needs help, and it will guide you and let you know what it is that it needs. But it speaks symbolically. It speaks through symbols and metaphors, not in direct, plain, simple English. This is an instruction manual type communication. Learn how to speak those symbols, and you will learn so much more about yourself. The physical world is only one layer of reality. The physical world is subject to all of the subtler realms, the emotional realm, the mental realm, the spiritual realm. There are many dimensions, and we as humans, through our limited senses, until we polish them and refine them, we don't have access to all of these different aspects of reality, but they're still there. Just like the idea, ignorance of the law does not mean that you don't have the law applied to you, right? It's not an excuse. Because you can't see and feel and understand those other realms doesn't mean that they don't affect you. You are not your body. Your body, your soul doesn't even live in your body. Your body lives in your soul. Your body is an extension of your soul. Your body is a piece of you. You have a body. You are experiencing life through a body. It is your greatest tool. It is your greatest tool to experience, to create, to feel, to sense, to do all the things that we do. It's the gift that you have received when you came here. And there's a cost in order to have that body, and part of it is your attention and taking care of it. You don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. There is so much happening, and your conscious mind cannot have access to it because it's not strong enough. You don't have enough bandwidth to be able to handle it all. Don't worry, your unconscious mind does. But what you get access to is determined by your filters, by your beliefs, by your traumas, by your language, by your emotional state. Learn how this system works, and you will learn how to change your reality, because what you perceive can change in an instant. And if you see the world differently, the world is different to you. Communication is the most valuable tool, and guess what? They don't teach it to you in school, at least not well. If you want to make anything happen in this world, learn to read, to write, to speak, learn how to persuade, learn how to use language, learn how to speak in metaphors, learn how to tell stories. Math is great, but if you're not going to be a mathematician or an engineer, then I highly recommend that you focus your math skills on finance and accounting, on how to make investments, how to earn interest, what compound interest is. Because so many of us, me included, I learned a lot about calculus, but I didn't learn shit about accounting. I didn't learn how to invest. I didn't learn that, God, 23.6% APR stacks up really hard and really fast. Words are spells. That's why they teach you how to spell in school. It is spelling. You use curse words. You write in cursive. The words that you speak create your reality. The language that you use, the words that you use, everything that you think creates your reality. Writing is the most powerful form of magic. In fact, writing is just an extension of prehistoric, ancient shamanic magic. To become a good magician, you must learn how to write. That's why the oldest spells and the oldest magical symbols were all drawn or written. Beware your words. Abracadabra, as I speak, so shall I create. Look, no one else can fix you but you. Your partner, a guru, a teacher, even the good Lord Jesus, if he exists, cannot come and fix you. They can only show you. They can show you something about yourself. They can show you what might have worked for them. They can show you a path, but they cannot walk it for you. They cannot walk your life in your shoes. They cannot show you what it is that you really need to do. You have to do it. You are the one that can fix you, and that's it. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. That's why your attention is so it's so fucking precious, and it is the most sought after commodity that exists in this world. The resource that you have so little of. It is finite, it is fixed, it is related to time. Your attention is the most powerful and precious resource that you have. Guard it carefully. Beware of what comes into your ears, what comes into your eyes, and who has your time and your attention. Your mind is a fantastic servant, but a terrible master. You are not your mind. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are the one that witnesses your thoughts. How do I know this? Because I can notice the words and thoughts that I'm thinking. But if I'm noticing that, then who is it that's thinking? Then who is it that's noticing that? You are the infinite awareness that expresses and exists through this human form. You are not your mind. Your mind is a tool. Learn how to control it, otherwise it will control you. Take care of your body as though it were a sacred temple, a gift that you could never get back. It is where your spirit lives. It is how you experience pleasure. It is how you experience joy. It is how you even experience the magical, supernatural gifts. Your body is the greatest tool that you have. It is something that I believe so many souls would love to have right now. So many disembodied, disincarnate beings would love to have your body too. That's why things like possession and entities are a real thing, parasitic energies. Treat your body as if it were the only true gift that you had, because you lose it and you can't have it back. What is wealth if you have no health? You could be a billionaire, and if you have no health, nothing in the world can possibly buy your health back. Your thoughts and what you consume change your chemistry. They actually change your body. Your thoughts create emotions, emotions create chemical changes in the body. What you consume, what you smoke, what you drink, what you eat. In fact, actually even the scrolling and the TV and the movies that you consume also change your neurochemistry. Mirror neurons. If you see somebody going through a panicking and stressful situation, you will experience panic and stress, and cortisol will be produced in your body. Beware what you consume. Beware what you think. If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing the wrong thing. Plain and simple. Most people are sheep. Most people are taught to follow, and they will be led to the slaughter. If you're going the same way as everyone else, start finding another direction. Governments are corporations. They're not really governments. They're not governing bodies. They are businesses. They are businesses, and they don't work without you. They don't work without your energy. Learn sovereignty, learn what it is to be a modern-day slave, and then you will actually learn how to thrive. Good and evil are very real things. Spiritual warfare is a very real thing. Beware what you put your energy into, and know that you have a choice. You have willpower. You have free will. Use it wisely. What happened to you as a child affects everything. Everything. It's not your fault what happened to you, but it is your responsibility to change it. Take radical responsibility. Always be at cause for the effects you create in your life. Always take responsibility for the results that you have. Even if somebody were to come around the bend right here and stab me and take my backpack, I can still get at cause. Why did I choose to come here? What about my unconscious programming led me to a dangerous place? What about my reality created this situation for me? Everything is here for you to learn, take responsibility, and you always will grow. Time is not linear, it is very fluid. It's more like a lake than it is like a stream or a river. It is circular, it is multidimensional, and the now moment is like a stone thrown into the river, and that time, your perception of it and how what now does ripples outward, past and present, in all directions, in all different lifetimes even. Don't seek validation. Self-worth is an inside job. God, I spent so much of my life looking for other people to tell me that I was a good boy. I was looking for my mommy to tell me, my dad to tell me. I was looking for my teachers to tell me, to pat me on the head. I was looking for my wife to tell me. Until you love yourself, until I learned how to fill my own cup and how to high-five myself in the morning and how to celebrate my own wins, then I would start to attract people around me who could celebrate me and love me. Authenticity is magnetic. Don't water yourself down. Don't pretend to be somebody that you're not just to try to make somebody else happy. It won't work, and eventually they'll get frustrated with you because you're not being your real self. I've tried so many versions of masks on, and they never got me very far. It wasn't until I started learning how to be my true self that I started attracting real friends, real partners, real lovers, real clients even. Look, you're always wearing a mask. Always. I don't believe that you can go around without a mask, but the trick is to know your authentic self and to allow that mask to be free of the bullshit and the old patterns and the fears of being seen, so that the mask can be as transparent as possible. But who you are in one situation is going to be different in another situation. Who I am with my parents is very different than who I am with a client or with my best friend or with a lover. You can't necessarily get rid of the mask, but do your best to allow it to be as clear as possible. Most successful people are empty inside. Don't idolize the image. Do hard things. Discomfort leads to expansion. You have to stretch your comfort zone by becoming uncomfortable, and then your comfort zone expands, and then you get to be comfortable in more things. But there's always more to stretch. Most of what society teaches is bullshit. It's actually backwards. Flip it, and you'll usually be on the right track. Pleasure isn't bad. Pleasure is a beautiful thing. God, I've had some delicious experiences in the bedroom, with partners, even food, delicious meals. But don't pursue the high. You chase the high and you're going to end up hurting yourself. That leads me to the next one, which is delayed gratification is the best course. Learn how to delay your gratification and you will become stronger. Learn how to delay your gratification and you will have control over the cravings that used to control you. Sex is sacred. Your body is a gift. Pleasure is extremely powerful. It is not shameful. And learn how to use sex wisely. Learn how to respect your body. Semen is pure life force energy. You're killing yourself slowly if you blow your load in a tissue and throw it in the garbage. Learn semen retention. Learn how to control yourself and learn the power of edging. There are ways to have orgasms without ejaculating. Don't pursue casual sex. Casual sex is a curse. It is not a blessing. That's why we use terms like hooking up, because we hook into each other. I have had sex with women who I have felt their energy tugging on me days, weeks, months, and even years afterwards. I sat in a peyote ceremony where they gifted us grasses that we would tie into knots for every time that we had sex so that we could clear the energy, ask forgiveness, and release that hook, that connection. And I will tell you, I had a lot of knots. I forgot most of their names. And that hurt. There was a lot of grief and sadness and even frustration and anger that I was taught that was something to pursue when really it was hurting me. Clean your body, detoxify. Our air, our water, our soil is toxic at this point. Parasites are very real. And those parasites can absolutely manipulate you. They can make you crave things that you don't really want, and they can make you stressed out just so that you will eat things that they want. Most food at this point isn't food. And yeah, tap water isn't safe. If it's got a nutrition label on it, don't eat it because it's not really food anymore. Prioritize raw, clean, healthy food, fresh food as much as possible, as close to the earth as possible, and as far away from industrial systems and grocery stores as you can. And I know it's not always easy, but do your best. Fasting is the silver bullet for medicine. There's almost no limit to the power that one has when they learn how to fast, to how much you can heal your body when you know how to fast properly. Start slow, start simple, and then build up. I've done 5 and 6 day water fasts. I've done a 3-day nothing but air and sunlight fast. No water, no food, no nothing, a dry fast. And I learned so much about myself. It is magical. It's a reason that all of the ancient texts and religions teach about it. Astrology is very real. You chose your birth moment for a reason. You were encoded with the position of the stars and the celestial bodies. Go check it out. And if it doesn't resonate with you, cool, throw it away. It's a tool, but trust me, there's a lot in there for you. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. This quote by Carl Jung, I wish somebody had taught me about it because I kept the same patterns over and over again. I dated the same woman in different bodies. The woman that I dated after my wife was basically the same woman. I just couldn't see it because my unconscious pattern drove me or attracted me to the same person. Bring awareness to the patterns and you can break free of them. You inherited your ancestors' trauma and your gifts. It's not just your parents and your grandparents and the way that they taught you. No, I'm talking about we've measured now with science that we can feel, sense, and understand and are affected by 14 generations at least of trauma in our DNA. Your ancestors passed on tremendous garbage, and they also passed on to you tremendous gifts. I believe that when you free yourself of the garbage, you get to awaken the gifts. You chose your genetic lineage for a reason. Figure it out. You chose your body, you chose your family, you chose your name, you chose the name your parents would give you. You chose where you were born, the exact coordinates, the exact land that you would be born on, because they all have messages for you. Know yourself, study all of the aspects of your life, and you will absolutely awaken power that you can use to control your life and have the life that you desire. Your unconscious mind filters your reality based on your trauma. So heal your trauma, release it, release your negative emotions that have been stacked up for years, and you will actually change the world around you. You have a purpose. You came here with a mission. And your mission might actually just be to have fun, to learn what it is to manipulate energy, to build a business that will change the world. I don't know. In fact, your mission might change in different phases of your life, but go figure out what it is. Do your best. Listen, ask questions. It's all there for you. The more you step into your purpose, the better your life gets. Slow down. Speed is not success. Anything worth doing well is worth taking your time on. Anything done quickly is not done well. We grew up in a society that teaches us to go fast. And though there are times when it's good to, I don't know, fail fast, right, in order to learn, it's good to slow down. In fact, walk slowly, get into your car slowly, drive the speed limit. It's good for your nervous system because your nervous system is the gateway. Learn to tune it and you can thrive in any experience. Most people actually can't receive good things. And if they receive them, they can't hold on to them. Most of the time, the challenge is not getting rid of the bad shit. It's learning how to actually be able to be good and okay with the good things that come to us. Paradoxical, right? Your unconscious mind actually solves problems for you and it shows you the answers. You just have to know how to program it, how to ask it to do so, and how to listen. And when you know how to do this, it does 95% of the work for you, and you can leverage that to be way more effective in your life. Learn how to work with the unconscious, how to program your goals, how to set intentions, how to communicate with your unconscious, and you will massively transform your life. Don't sell your time. In fact, spend money to buy back time. Don't spend your time to save money. You'll never get far in life that way. Ask any rich person. I used to spend extra time doing things myself because I would save money, and then I forgot that I lost my time. Especially when you start to gain greater skills and your time becomes more valuable, pay somebody to do the things that you don't know how to do or that you don't want to do. Marketing, sales, storytelling, these are some of the most powerful tools that you can develop. Practice them, learn them, take a class, take a seminar, learn how to build rapport, learn how to tell a good story, learn how to convince somebody, learn how to convince somebody of your perspective of the world, learn how to share a message that you have. Business is the most powerful way to make change in this world. I don't believe that you can change the world with a nonprofit business. I think that you need to change the world with a good, healthy, well-functioning, well-sustaining business. The business is the most powerful tool that we have at this point, and I believe that is the way forward. Healthy, heart-centered business. I wouldn't suggest religion, however, I do suggest learning spirituality and studying ancient texts. Get away from the messages of the people that try to tell you that they have the way to connect with God. Find it on your own, but there's a lot of wisdom in those books. I highly encourage you to not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Religion is not my thing. In fact, I believe the term religere is a Latin term that means to bind. So I wouldn't celebrate religion, but there's a lot of power and wisdom there. This world is a magical world. And in fact, I mean actually magic and sorcery and ritual, spell casting. Go to church sometime. It's filled with rituals and all kinds of spells. Getting 100 or 200 or 5,000 people together singing the same song or eating the same crackers. There's a lot of magic there. And you can use this for yourself too. You can use it for good. Play is powerful. Dear God, play is so powerful. Play is productive. Play is actually profitable. Just like rest is profitable. Those things that you're doing when you're not working, that's not you just not working. It's actually something that contributes to the quality of your work. So do more of it. I could go on and on. I actually wrote a list down of all of the different lessons that I wish I would have learned, and there was nearly 120 of them, and I had to actually stop because I had other things to do. My point is that school didn't teach you anything that you actually really need to know in order to live a good life. But I created a course. It's called Reset and Rise, and it teaches you many of these things that I just listed. It is a course that is designed so that in just 7 days, in less than an hour a day, you can completely rewire your brain, shift the way that you view the world, and start to take control of your life and create the life that you desire. Stop being a sheep. Stop playing the game that somebody else designed for you. Stop being a lemming. And if you're too old to know what that is, cool, Google it. You came here to have fun. You came here to play the game, so do it. I promise you it's worth it. And it starts by changing the way that you see the world. It starts by you learning how to use your mind. Start to use your mind effectively and everything else will fall into place. If you want to find out more, check the information in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in class.